Good morning. Welcome to Spontaneous History. I'm your history. In Spontaneous History, we interview historical figures in history, a long time ago in history. Now, you might think this is impossible, but we have made it history. Now, I had the absolute pleasure to interview our next guest, which is Archimedes. And now, here to make history, here is our interview, historical interview with Archimedes. Here we are. Archimedes, it is so wonderful to have you here. You are such an important part of history, and it is historical to have you on our show, Spontaneous History. How are you today?
See,
I can tell we are off to a great start. I consider you one of my top 5 people in history that I look up to.
Oh, today?
Oh, you want to know? It would be my pleasure to tell you who's in my top 5. Now, this is in no particular order, but I have here Leonardo.
Oh, DiCaprio, DiCaprio.
No, Da Vinci.
No, it's DiCaprio. DiCaprio.
Da Vinci.
DiCaprio.
Da Vinci.
DiCaprio.
Da Vinci. Okay, we're going to set that off to the side. And then I have Raphael. Oh, you know him too? Oh, great. Good. And then I have Donatello. Yes. And then Michelangelo. One of the greatest. I don't even know what he did. Then I have you. I mean, it's a pretty close resemblance.
Why me little Danny?
I mean, just imagine if this was like a picture frame, and it just printed out this way. I had no control over it, but really, you're big in my heart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am so excited to be in the same room with you.
Yeah.
Dude. And I just gotta say, I am containing my excitement right now to be professional. At any moment, I could explode. But not right now. Let's just get down to the first question. Why did you build a catapult?
For the king! War! And then we'll go ding, and then woo!
Okay.
Oh, I done you want the tongue, you want the tongue, you want the tongue, you want the tongue, and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8 and the 9 and the 10 and the 11 and the 12. Oh, did it? Billy, I did I do did oh did I wish about the side. All together now.
Spontaneous.
Science! Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Spontaneous Science. I'm getting better and better, possibly. I'll let you be the judge of that. But we are here, and we are going to, today, construct a catapult. Now, a catapult is a simple machine. And a simple machine is like wheels and axles. And simple machines kind of make things a lot easier for us. They have few or no moving parts to them, but they make work a lot easier. So like a screw holds stuff together, a lever, an inclined plane, a pulley system to take the water out of the well if you have one of those, as you see in movies. But we today are going to construct a catapult. How did that make life easier? Well, it made life easier by throwing a rock into a brick wall. So, in order to do that, we are going to need a cardboard box. Thank you, Amazon. We are going to need ruler, some duct tape, any color, lots of pencils, some cups, red Solo cups, elastic bands, a paper clip, some scissors, and a piece of paper, and aluminum foil. There's a big list of stuff that we need here, but we are going to use all of it today. So we're going to set a couple things aside, and here we go. Okay, first thing you're going to need to do is you are going to need to cut out one side of the cardboard box, one flap. It doesn't have to be cool or fancy. I'm going to break the scissors. And then cut off a short one. Alright, so we get 2 pieces of cardboard. Take the longest one, and we're going to use this one. So, now we are going to take 2 Solo cups and place it kind of like that, like 2 twin towers. Alright? And then we're going to tape them to the cardboard so that they are secure and do not move. I'm going to take that. Alright, now we got our little base here, and these represent our little bases. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to take 2 pencils, but we are going to use 1 pencil right now, and we are going to put it on the front or the back, whatever you decide. So you have something that looks like that. Pretty cool. Alright, stick it down there, make sure it's nice and sticky and stuck right to the cup. Alright, and then next thing you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of paper. You're going to take a piece of paper, you're going to roll it up, and roll it up just enough that it will not tightly wrap around the pencil, but just very, very loosely. We're going to cut it just about there. And it doesn't have to be straight. Just don't cut your fingers. Here we go. Alright. And we're going to tape that. Tape it, tape it, tape it, tape it good. Alright. Okay. Next thing is you're going to take this pencil and now slide it through to the other side. And you are going to tape this pencil. Oh, I already made my first mistake. Alright, we gotta cut this just a little bit. Alright, so you need to cut your paper, a little tube, just about that size so that it doesn't tape to the cups. Alright, so we got that. You're going to tape each side of the pencil down to the cup, like so. Alright, so we're almost there, And now you're going to take your ruler, and you are going to tape it to the piece of paper. Alright, so I have taped it to the bottom of the ruler. Smarter choice. I agree. Alright. So we're almost done. Now we just need to make a launcher to hold our rock in it. And we're going to take this piece of paper and then kind of fold it up into like a spoon-like kind of thing. Alright, I knew I should have taken origami lessons. But here we go. Here's a little bucket to put our rock in. And we're going to tape this to our ruler. Alright, here we go. Tape that inside.
Right to the top. Okay. Great, a little duct tape.
Okay, so now we got our little basket here with a little hair. We got a little basket here for our ball to sit into. And so we are going to set this off to the side for a minute, and then we're going to take another cup, this cup, use two pencils, and we are going to make an item for the ball to fall into, or like a target for the ball to go into. So we are going to tape these two pencils to the cup so that it is like this, and forms a triangle. Then you're going to create something like this, and you can either do it this way or just let the cup stand up on its own and try to shoot your ball into the cup. But for right now, I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to set this off to this side. Likelihood that I'll be able to get over there, very slim. Alright, so we're going to take our aluminum foil, aluminum foil. Alright, and we do not need this much. We are going to kind of rip that in half. Alright, I'm going to make our little ball here. Alright, so how we get this little tinfoil ball over to that cup is called projectile motion. Now, what is projectile motion? Well, projectile motion is how the initial velocity, starting speed, and the angle at which the object leaves the launcher. This is the launcher. That trajectory is called the projectile motion, not the projectile, but the projectile motion. This is the projectile. So what trajectory, being the path through the air, will make it easier to catch the ball. So, here we go. And here we go. Let's see how far it goes. Could go pretty far. And pull! Oh! Sorry. I'm going to do it again. Goes pretty far. So that's one way of making a catapult. The next way, I think, you will find very cool. So we're going to set this kind of catapult off to the side, which is very cool. And we are going to need another piece of cardboard, but let's just make it short. We have this piece of cardboard already cut out. I forgot. Anyway, alright, so then we are going to have this stand up. We need to tape down our cup. Alright, now that we have taped our cup to the cardboard, we are going to take two pencils now, and we're going to tape them to the cup and kind of tape them to the cup just like this. So now that we have taped our pencils to the cup, and make sure these pencils are like equal lengths and equally across each other. You don't want one over here it just doesn't work. It's not going to work. All right, so next thing you're going to do, you're going to take an elastic and you are going to put it just about right here, and you're going to double it. How do I double it? There we go. All right, so you're going to double it, and we're just going to leave it right there. Next, you're going to take your other ruler. You're going to need 2 rulers. You're going to take your other ruler, and you're going to put it just like so. Take a ruler to the cup. So plain and simple, looks cool. It's going to be a launching pad. And here is the hardest part. You're going to wrap this into a ball, but you also need to include this paper clip inside it and sticking out. So, let's try it.
This end that's nice and tight. Round it off. That was a big marker.
So, if you have your object that you are going to be flinging ready, and we have that paper clip securely inside the object of tinfoil, we are going to move on to our next step, which will include a rubber band. So what you're going to do with a rubber band, you are going to stick it inside one of the loop and tie that rubber band off. You tie that rubber band off by going over one of the ends once, and just kind of tie it off like so, so that you got that going on. All right, so next thing you're going to do is you are going to stick this rubber band right through the rubber bands at the top of the pencil, so that when you pull on it, it catches on the rubber bands. So now that we are ready, we are going to use elastic energy to send our object off into space. I don't know if it will get to space, but it'll get pretty close. Our elastic energy, and elastic energy is the energy stored in the stretched material, which is the rubber band. So, and then it equals half the spring consistent times the displacement speed squared.
What?
Yeah. So, here we go. We're going to try this out, and this is so much fun. I'm just going to do this. Wow. Really went far. We're going to try that again. How about we go underneath both elastics? I just didn't want it to go far. All right. We're going to pull, pull, pull. There we go. Woo! Ouch. So these right here are 2 types of catapults that you can make at home, and your mother will love it because it will look so fantastic. Look at these. Yes, so beautiful. Anyway, so that's all we have for today. And once again, this is
Spontaneous Science! We will do it.